thrilled to be here and introduce some of our wonderful candidates here in the Lower Mainland. I'm going to start with Brad Armstrong, who is joining us from Vancouver Quadra. We've got Harry Cockler, who is joining us from Vancouver Centre. I have got my fellow Burnabarian, Licky Lavji, in Burnaby South. We've got John Weston is here from West Vancouver, Sunshine Coast, Sea to Sky Country. And Les Jickling from North Vancouver. Welcome. All right, well, thank you for joining us here at our campaign headquarters. I just want to let everyone know that we knock on doors every day talking to voters, sharing Canada's recovery plan. And folks, let me tell you, the response is amazing. Yeah. Now, tonight, I am here to introduce a leader, the leader that Canada needs. He was born in Montreal, grew up right around Toronto. At age 17, he joined the military, where he did his basic training here in British Columbia. Following his military, yeah, right on. He flew Sea King helicopters in the Canadian Air Force out on the East Coast. And then after his military career, he served as a lawyer, and he served as a member of parliament and a minister. He knows our great country because he's served our great country. Now he is ready to lead our great country. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me for welcoming the next Prime Minister of Canada, Erin O'Toole.
Hello, North Vancouver! And Burnaby, North Seymour, and Sea to Sky Country. It is great to be here in beautiful British Columbia with so many great people, so many great candidates. And I am so proud of the candidates we have running here in the Lower Mainland. They're going to help secure the future. I know they're going to be members of parliament that make sure BC is not an afterthought, which is what it has been with Justin Trudeau. Friends, this last year and a half has been tough on families across the Lower Mainland and across this great country. And that's why I'm so happy to be back here in British Columbia to talk about our plan, the Conservative plan, to secure the future. This reckless election, called by Justin Trudeau as he ignored the Delta variant cases rising across the country, as he did nothing to help with the forest fires burning here in British Columbia. And after he ignored for 6 years the pleas of those in the Lower Mainland to do something to make housing more affordable. Justin Trudeau called this election to reward himself with a majority. And last night in a debate, he said he would call another election in 18 months if he doesn't get his way in this one. Canadians deserve better. Like all things, Justin Trudeau thinks this election is about him. But this election is actually about you and your families. And all of us across this incredible country have an important choice to make. Because our country right now is at a crossroads. And the two paths ahead of us could not be more different. The first path, the one Mr. Trudeau and Jagmeet Singh have us on, no plan for Canada's recovery after the pandemic. Neither one of them has a plan to get Canada out of debt. Neither of them care that right now under Justin Trudeau, we're spending $424 million more than we're bringing in every single day. Shame indeed. Neither of them is concerned that after 40 years, inflation is suddenly a problem gripping our country. They don't realize that costs are skyrocketing for seniors and families who see their wages shrinking. And when Justin Trudeau was asked about fighting against inflation, he admitted he doesn't think about monetary policy because he doesn't think that matters to families. If the Prime Minister is not thinking about monetary policy, inflation, and the cost crisis, it shows that he is not thinking about families. But thankfully, at these crossroads, friends, there is another path, the path of Canada's Conservatives. Our team will work relentlessly to create jobs, to give seniors and families a break, to tackle the housing crisis and the cost of living crisis gripping our country. This election is about who has a plan to get our country back on its feet and back on track. Hear, hear. Creating jobs in all sectors of the economy and in all regions of the country. It's about who has a real plan to make housing more affordable. It's about who's going to get the country moving, including with public transit, built to cut commute times. Canada's Conservatives will deliver on the Lower Mainland's transit priorities, including the Hold'em Overpass, which will cut congestion and improve public safety. We know, Conservatives know, that this election is about you. It is about our economy. It is about who can secure the future for all Canadians. You know, my time in the Canadian Armed Forces, which began when I came as an 18-year-old to Chilliwack for basic training. Here, here. They cut my hair back when I had it. And I learned a lot of lessons that summer, serving alongside incredible men and women from across this country. And the biggest lesson I learned, you need a plan for every mission you're going to set out on. And right now, our mission is Canada's recovery following the worst health and economic crisis in our lifetime. Canada's recovery plan, what we have launched, will get our country firing on all economic cylinders and help families and seniors in all parts of this great country. It's got 5 pillars. The first, we will secure jobs by recovering the 1 million jobs lost in the pandemic within 1 year. We will secure accountability by enacting a new anti-corruption law to clean up the mess in Ottawa. We will secure mental health by delivering on our Canada Mental Health Action Plan, including real progress on the opioid crisis, which is the pandemic of tears amidst the COVID-19 pandemic. We will secure the country by building capacity right here to handle future pandemics, to have domestic vaccines, to be more self-reliant as a country. And finally, we will secure our economy by balancing the budget over the next decade, because we can't burden our children, including my amazing children, with Justin Trudeau's debts. Friends, now is the time for a plan. Now is the time for a Prime Minister who gets things done. The alternative is more of Justin Trudeau, more of the same. We're working hard to prevent that option. more reckless spending, more insider deals, even in a pandemic, more ethical scandals and cover-up, more entitlement, and absolutely no plan for the future. Canadians cannot afford more of the same. We already see the impact of inflation hitting our country, driving up the cost of everything. Gas for commuting families going up. Cost of groceries for seniors and families with young kids going up. Those back-to-school clothes or school supplies going up. Justin Trudeau is making your life less affordable today, and he expects your children and grandchildren to pay back his debts tomorrow. You said it. From day one, a Conservative government will work tirelessly to make your life more affordable, fighting to get bills down, and we will give families a break, starting with a month-long GST holiday this December. With more competition, we will get your phone and internet bills down. We will get grocery bills down. And we know the housing crisis, the epicenter of that national crisis, is here in the Lower Mainland, and it's gotten worse every year under Justin Trudeau. Canada's recovery plan will open up federal lands. We will build more homes. We will help first-time home buyers. We will get more purpose-built rental housing built, and we will stop foreign money from making the housing crisis worse. Our plan will get 1 million new units built in the next 3 years so that families and young people in North Vancouver and across the Lower Mainland can finally have a chance to crack into the housing market and not give up on a generation from being able to save and buy their own home. We have to fight for this generation. So friends, I talked about my time joining the military starting here in Chilliwack, and I love this great country. I love Canada, and I know that you do too. Our country is the greatest country in the world, and Vancouver is one of the world's best cities. The Lower Mainland is a great place to live. And we've seen over the last few years, Justin Trudeau and Jagmeet Singh always seem to want to just tear the country down, focused on where we're falling short as opposed to where we're stepping up. And when he was first presenting himself to Canadians, asking for the trust to be Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau was asked which country in the world he most admired. Do you remember his famous answer? Well, friends, now I'm running to be Prime Minister. Now I'm asking for the trust of Canadians, and I want people to know that the country I most admire is the country I've worked hard to serve every day of my life, the great True North, Canada. I believe our best days are on the horizon. I think we can bring back hope to a country that's losing it. We can create 1 million good jobs in the next year. We can get the cost of living crisis under control. We can make real progress on the road to reconciliation with Indigenous peoples, and we can recover our economy and alongside it, the hope of families and seniors. And Canada's recovery plan is how we're going to do it. So friends, Canada's Conservatives have the plan that Canada needs. We've got the team here in the Lower Mainland that British Columbia and Canada needs. Let's secure the future and let's get to work. Thank you very much. Thank you, North Vancouver. Burnaby.